Hey YouTube, what's up? Scarecrow Kaiser. I'm a little bit late getting to this. Wanted to do this probably a few days ago. It should be like Friday now by the time I get this posted, but I've been busy. As you guys know, I'm an adult here. Sounds weird. All right, getting to it. Last weekend I went to the Toronto Regional, and I did pretty okay, but I fell short, very disappointingly. At the end of day one, I was 6 wins, 1 loss, and then day two, I won my first one and then lost the next two, and came in 16th. All three of my losses made top 8. I lost to a gear on day one, then I lost to another gear on day two in round 9, and then round 10 officially I lost, but we didn't actually get to do it. He won game 1. I knew it was apparent that I was going to lose, so I scooped to try and save more time, because it was a Luard mirror match and those take effing forever. They should be illegal. And then I won. Then we went to game 2, and we ran into overtime, and I won game 2. Because the way Bushiroad's stupid rules work, we were supposed to get a double loss. We wouldn't even be allowed to play game 3 in time or have a draw. So it was better than both of us losing. I just looked him dead in the face. He understood what I meant. Picked up 2 dice. I rolled them. I rolled a 4. Go figure. He easily outrolled me, and so I gave him the win, because it's better than both of us losing, and that was the fairest way to decide it. So he top 8. Actually, all 3 of my losses top 8, but it's whatever. Still had a good showing, I guess. I went 7-3. Alright, getting into the deck list, I guess. For my starter, I ran Full Bow Diablo. I'm very glad I made this choice. I liked him a lot. Not only was he useful for retiring and sometimes creating additional attack, he put fear in my opponent. My opponents had to play more cautiously just because he existed, so that they wouldn't get hit by a Phantom Blaster for the kill. So he was a good card all around. Main reason to play him is it puts fear in them. Other than that, he's also I retire him and get a card back, so really good. For the triggers, 4 heals, 2 draws, and then 6 vanilla crit, and 4 of the best card in the deck, Bilal. Pretty standard there. So with my grade 3s next, I played 4 Luard, 1 Blaster Dark Diablo, and 2 Fadla. Now, Fadla is a great card, but you really gotta be careful not to overestimate her. Sometimes she creates an unnecessary number of resources. You will have full boards and stuff, and you just don't need to use her. She would be calling more cards than you need and such. There's also the fact that she's a counterblast, and you don't want to ride this card. Really don't. Thankfully, I never had to. But in playtesting, I found that she could be excessive. So I cut down. I'm just playing 2, and I really wanted to play an additional Vanguard ride unit in case I couldn't get to Lard. So that's why I ran the Diablo. Other than that, he also works with the starter, or I can call him out so I can get a free 11k swinger. And it creates more fear because of the relationship with the starter, that if I have him in my hand, my opponent has to worry about, alright, does he have a Diablo in his hand? He has a full bow. He could retire his full bow and bring out a Blaster Dark and kill something, and then Vanguard will on stride pop something, so if they have like 3 or less, they have to be fearful of getting Diabloed and stuff. So it ran well. I have no complaints about it. I didn't use her even once on day one. On day two, I think I used her like twice. Yeah. For the grade 2s, first, 2 Blaster Dark Spirits. He can be called off of the starter, as well as he's a 10k, so when I ride him, he's a 10k. And he can snipe someone when he's called, so it helps put like that fear I've been talking about of the Diablo play. I wouldn't play more than 2. At 2, it was working like perfectly. And I had to worry about sometimes in mirror matches. I had like 3 mirror matches throughout the weekend, and like I didn't want to like have him out there sometimes because my opponent could just have anything swing at him, he'd die, and that could sometimes put me in danger of my opponent being able to Diablo me. So other than that, I also ran 6 other 10k vanillas, which worked really well. Very pleased with how well they did. And then my last grade 2, I played 4 more Fessa just for beats. That's what she's really there for, is to be a beat stick and counters a grade 1 at the drop zone. For the grade 1s, I played 1 sword breaker because I don't have a lot of soul generation, and at 1 it's pretty much perfect. I have no complaints about it. For owls, because he helps you get Luard, as well as he's your deck's way of like unflipping. Late game, you have to recycle this card like every single turn. Very crucial card. For Esras, it's like the best perfect card in the game. In this deck, this card's amazing. Late game, you just always have perfect guards. And then the mirror matches, it's just stupid because we're both getting back perfect guards every turn. 3 stride fodder. We gotta stride at least once usually manually, plus it counts as a grade 1. And then last, I played 2 Decipher Prohibited books. Really glad I ran 2. Some people just play 1, and this card's too good not to risk like losing it just to a damage check or something like that. I felt like I really needed to play 2. There were some times where I called out both of them off of my Luard stride, and then called out 2 crits and like a full board off of that. I liked it a lot. The only thing I could have maybe played instead of was knees, but I didn't miss that card at all, honestly. Was very glad playing this. For my grade 4s, 2 Carnivore. It's a good card because it doesn't have any like Counterblast or Soul Blast cost to it, and it like you can lose like nothing for yourself, and your opponent has to lose 2 things. It's a very good card. Late game, he's super helpful because you can, if no Counterblast, start eating your Abyssal Owls and start getting your Counterblast back. Then we have 3 Aura Geyser regular and 1 Doomed. I didn't use regular Aura Geyser very much. I used Doom like almost every game. Very often he was my first stride, but it ran well. I'm actually considering maybe cutting 1 regular Aura Geyser for a second Doomed. Not 100% on that, but I might. Then I ran for Phantom Blaster and 1 Spectral, because as I've said before, I don't really have a way to get my soul back easily, so I only ran 1 just for consistency, and I leave more room in the deck for other options. And 1 Seabreeze. If someone tells you not to play Seabreeze in this deck, tell them to shut the fuck up. They're incorrect, very incorrect. When you're playing in a high level gameplay, this card, in mirror matches and stuff, this card is so crucial. If someone tells you Seabreeze is not good in Luard, Tell them to shut the fuck up. They don't know what they're talking about. This card, so many times. This card was really good over the weekend. And last for G guards, 3 plot maker because he's big ass shield, and 1 of Ludwig. This card is not particularly good, but in certain situations it can be like perfect. Like if you go up against like D police, they call Laurel, have their vanguard swing at your rear guard. Well, you're like, all right, that rear guard is now guarding, so you can't hit it. And against like things like messiahs and stuff, this card usually sucks, but in the right situation, it's like the perfect card. So that was it for that. Yeah, as I said, I went 7-3. I played against like 2 or 3 gears. I had 3 mirror matches. I played against, what can I remember? I played against a Chaos Messiah. I played against that. I played against Blue Wave. That was actually pretty easy. He left resist units out, and I just Diabloed him. I played against a Brave deck. As you can see, I mostly played against like 2 or 3 gears, like 3 mirror matches. It's like a majority of more than half the tournament right there. And then those 3 I mentioned. Can't remember what the last is, but alright. Well, that's it for this, guys. Thank you for watching.